All right, so people said, I'll believe it when I see it. When the stimulus check actually hits my account, then I'll actually believe it. So right here should make you believe you're gonna get a stimulus check. This is mine that I received yesterday. It is for my wife and me. It's in the amount of $2,400. I'll put it up here on the screen so you can actually see it. That came in via direct deposit in my account yesterday. So yes, it is real. Now for context, I used direct deposit for my federal tax filings the last couple years, using TurboTax and Ally Bank as the bank that it deposits into. I had no issues. I checked my account. I expected it on the 14th. It didn't come. It came the next day. I saw it in my account. I actually couldn't believe it then either. But there it is, real money, real cash in my account. Okay, you may be saying that's great and all, but what about me? I haven't received my stimulus check yet. Where is my money? And in this video, I'm gonna tell you how to get your money, how to check the status of it, and when to expect your stimulus check. My name is Kevin Conway. I make personal finance videos like this one all the time. I've made several videos about the stimulus check, providing updates, and I've also given you other information on unemployment insurance. All of these programs came out as a result of the CARES Act, which just passed 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of information, so if you want to know more, check my other videos out. I try to answer as many comments as possible, so if you have a question at all, leave it in the comments below and tell me whether or not you've actually received your stimulus check as of today and in what amount. All right, so quickly, let's recap who is eligible for this stimulus check in the first place. First off, it is any American citizen or permanent resident who is eligible. That means anybody. You do not need to have worked before. You don't even need to have filed a tax return before. You could be on Social Security. You could be pretty much anybody who has a pulse, so long as you're an American citizen or permanent resident and you meet the following criteria. You must have made less than $75,000 individually or less than $150,000 married filing jointly. Now, you can make a little bit more than that, but your stimulus check will be reduced by 5% of the difference between whatever you made and $150,000 or $75,000 as it applies to you. Additionally, you cannot be claimed as a dependent on somebody else's tax return. Now, this knocks out a lot of college students who are likely claimed as dependents on their parents' tax returns. You are not eligible to receive anything. And unfortunately, your parents will not be receiving an additional $500 if you're above the age of 16 and you're claimed as a dependent. This applies to anybody, whether you are a child or an adult. Say you're claiming your adult parents as dependents on your tax return, you don't get $500 for them, and they don't get $1,200 either. It's a rough deal, but that is the way the law is written. Before I show you how to actually check the status of your payment, let me quickly dispel a couple of myths out there. Social Security recipients, people on disability, they are eligible as well for this stimulus check, provided they are not claimed as a dependent on somebody else's tax return. Also, this stimulus check is cash to you. It's not a loan. You don't need to pay it back. There's no payback at all. And it is not taxable. And it will not affect your tax return for next year. There's nothing that you need to worry about. You're going to be receiving this check, and it is as good as it gets. It is free money, no strings attached. You may say, well, hold on a second. This comes as a tax refund. That's what I've been reading. Well, it's not. It's technically an advance on your tax refund in the future, but Congress created a new tax refund, which is the stimulus check, which you are drawing upon. So it is net the same to you. It won't affect your taxes in any way. Also, if you owe child support, your stimulus check will be taken and applied to the amount that you owe on child support. If you have any other questions about the stimulus check, leave them below, or feel free to browse my previous videos where I go into more detail. Now, let me show you actually how to get your payment, update your information, and check the status. So just yesterday, the IRS released a new tool that you can use called Get My Payment. And it is a tool that you can actually use if you file taxes and you want to update your bank account information or see when you are going to be receiving your stimulus check. As I discussed in my previous videos, those who have direct deposit information set up with the IRS already, like I did with my TurboTax and Ally Bank, they will be receiving the stimulus checks first. And that's where the Get My Payment tool comes in handy. If you don't already have direct deposit information set up, you can use this tool to do so now. I highly recommend doing that because you will otherwise have to wait in order to get your stimulus check all the way until potentially September of this year. The government has previously stated that they are going to be prioritizing those who have the lowest income first by mailing them checks first before mailing checks to other people. So what does this mean? If you're making $10,000 to $20,000 a year, you're gonna get your stimulus check in the mail before somebody making $70,000 a year. I break down the exact timeline in my previous video if you wanna check that out. But here's the deal. Everybody gets it before any of those people if you have direct deposit information set up. One additional wrinkle, President Trump, because he's President Trump, wants his name on every single physical check sent out to everybody. This doesn't apply if you get direct deposit information. I didn't see President Trump's name on my check. I just got the check and that was that. It was direct deposited. But if you're getting a physical check, you're gonna see his name on it, and that's actually gonna slow up the process a little bit. It's gonna delay it a little bit longer than it would have otherwise. This further gives you an incentive to put your information online through the Get My Payment tool so that you can get your money quicker as opposed to later via direct deposit. Now, the Get My Payment link to that website is going to be in the description of this video. Be sure to look at the description and follow that link to actually go and enter your information. Now, for those who have used this tool before, they may have run into the issue of it saying payment status not yet available, and that could occur for a few different reasons. Some of them include the following. Number one, you are not eligible for the stimulus check in the first place. That's probably not a lot of you because it's pretty easy to determine whether or not you qualify. Number two, if you get Social Security, disability, veterans benefits, or railroad retirement benefits, which by the way, I don't have any idea what that is. If you do, please let me know in the comments. Then the IRS is not going to have information on the Get My Payment tool for you. They're simply going to use that information to automatically send you your payment. There's nothing that you need to do. But unfortunately, you can't check your status. Number three, if you haven't filed taxes in either 2018 or 2019, it'll give you that status as well. Number four, if you've just filed your 2019 taxes, likely it's still being processed and the information is not yet available on that page. Number five, you could have a problem identifying your identity, in which case you need to resolve that. Or number six, you use the non-filers tool, which is also available in the description below. If you don't file taxes and you use the non-filers tool in order to put your information in there, it could still be processing and it could not be showing up on that Get My Payment status tool. Okay, but let me talk about a different scenario which is plaguing a lot of people, and it's made headlines everywhere. If you've used a tax prep software like TurboTax, H&R Block, or any of those similar services, you could be experiencing a problem getting your direct deposit stimulus check. But how could that be? Didn't I use that and didn't I get my stimulus check? I did, but I paid for my TurboTax in a different way than a lot of people are doing. And let me explain. If you've used those tax prep softwares before and you elected to have your tax prep software fee taken out of your tax refund, that will slow the process down for you because your tax prep software firm has likely created a temporary bank account in order to receive your tax refund, deduct the amount that they are receiving, and then from there distribute the amount to you, either on a debit card, a physical check, or again, a direct deposit into your bank account. But the point is, they have created a temporary bank account in the past that no longer exists. So the IRS has credentials for a bank account that doesn't exist anymore. Therefore, they are not going to be able to wire you the money because it's going to go to a direct deposit location that doesn't exist. It's not your account. It's the temporary account that was set up by your tax prep software before. To rectify this, use the Get My Payment tool to update your banking information for an account that you physically have right now. If you need ideas for bank accounts to get, I have many videos on them and I recommend checking them out. Take it from me, you will get your stimulus check. It might take a little longer, but you can be proactive now. Enter your information on the Get My Payment tool. You will receive your stimulus check. It'll come and it'll say IRS, Treasury, and a couple numbers, tax reference, blah, blah, blah. And then your money will be there. It'll be in your account. It'll feel great. So take a few minutes, update your information, be sure you get your stimulus check. Now, while this stimulus check is good, it is so far going to be a one-time thing. It's not a recurring thing. There's talk in Congress about providing $2,000 a month to people, but I don't think that'll happen, at least for a little bit of time and without significant changes. Now, if you've lost your job and you are currently unemployed, partially unemployed, or have reduced hours, or basically not making money like you were in the past as a result of the pandemic, then you qualify for the CARES Act expansion of the unemployment insurance benefits. I have a few videos on that. I recommend checking that out because that is a benefit that is going to be paid to you on a weekly or bi-weekly basis for months, so long as you are still unemployed, and you can get that and your stimulus check. It's not going to interact with the two. You can get both of them. The stimulus check is a one-time thing. Unemployment is going to be a recurring thing. So if you've lost your job, you're in a tough situation, be sure to look at my other videos so you can understand how to apply for unemployment insurance benefits. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you've received your stimulus check. The more data points we have, the more confident we can all feel that we're going to get the stimulus check. And believe me, I received it yesterday. It feels good to receive a little bit of money, especially nowadays. You will get it. Don't worry. Update your information and be sure to stay on top of it. Now, if this video helped you out in any way, I'd appreciate giving it a quick like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with whoever you think it might benefit. Now, with that being said, I hope you stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.